Hello, this is Paul, Findlay-Evans Waterproofing. Just here today to show you another job that we've recently completed. This job is a commercial building with a number of different balconies that we were called in. Had some problems to deal with here. This job was approximately 8 years old, I think it is, when the tiles all started lifting and erupting off the surface. There's a great amount of calcification coming up through the joints in the tiles, which also was great evidence that there was problems below. Now, those problems being that the original membrane was laid down on a flat surface of the slab, then the screed was applied over the top of the membrane. There's a shot here showing the invasive inspection with the original membrane below. The screed above it proved to be in reasonable order, that is that it had enough sand cement in it as a good body and it didn't break up as we were removing the tiles. Some parts were a bit lousy, we had to fix that, but that was only small areas. In general it was pretty good, so we retained the screed in this case and left the original membrane in place as a secondary barrier. It was obviously leaking, so it needed to have a new membrane installed above, which is what we did. But in the course of doing that, we screeded up areas that were low because there's very poor drainage to these outlet points on this. Being quite flat in that regard, it was a bit of a challenge to get water to roll to the various outlets. Those outlets needed extra plumbing works doing to them, and they'd all needed extending. So we installed new puddle flanges and droppers on them to make sure that the water control was being directed down the pipes. Those, once in place, we moved ahead to putting in a new membrane. This was carefully detailed, specifically in each area, by all the joints and junctions being detailed with polyethylene fabric and liquid rubber. Once that was all done, we went ahead and laid our liquid rubber coatings and then introduced an interlayer of fiberglass mesh to give it some toughness. That was then overcoated with a coat of Thermo Top Coat. This gave it a bit of robustness and durability for the tilers. There's a large gang of tilers rolling in. So once the tiling was underway, our team kept working with the tilers to just stay ahead of them and get the membranes down and give them enough time to cure before the tilers could come in and do the next stages. So being a numerous amount of areas, we could do that quite successfully. The Alucabond cladding on this building also had problems. There was still water ingress coming from other areas. We went in and discovered what that was. Rather large gaps found, shown here with a pencil and tape. And we went ahead and detailed all those joints and junctions up top to stop the water getting in, and then give them a coat of Thermo Top Coat to dress them up nicely and stop the water penetrating down the columns and below the screeds. This was all part of the destruction, so there's many facets of different water ingress areas, so we repaired the whole building basically, not just the balconies. So once the balconies were all tiled nicely, these had extra expansion joints installed into the tiles. Traction during cyclic changes. Thanks for watching. If you require a quote or further information, please call Melbourne 88122918 or visit our website www.waterproofingfew.com.au. Bye for now.